Hey everybody, Brian Engelman here. This is the Unhappy Hour here at the TNAM Network, TheNewAmericanMedia.com. Cleveland Browns. Cleveland Browns almost beat the Steelers. Ended up dropping that one by 3 points, 18-21. Browns played the Ravens, lost this one a little bit more convincingly. It was a game that the Browns were in. They were actually in this game despite playing poorly, and everything just caught up to them after a little bit. The defense was on the field for far too long. You can't do that. Your team is just going to get tired. Gave up a few touchdowns. Not a perfect defense. Definitely missing Myles Garrett. I was watching the game just kind of saying, man, Flacco has way too much time to throw back here. Way too much time to throw. Definitely Myles Garrett would be improving that situation, but hey, he's not out there. Speaking of somebody that's not out there, Corey Coleman. Reports say that he may have broken his hand again. Let's just face it, fluke situations happen all the time in sports, especially in football, where almost every play is a contact play. But you're either durable or you're fragile. Man, I sure hope we didn't get a fragile one with Corey Coleman, because you're not helping us if you're sitting on the sidelines, if you're always recuperating. I mean, face it, that's one of the main reasons why we got rid of Joe Hayden. Yeah, he had a big contract, but he was injured. He was injured a lot. Maybe he'll come back and have a healthy, serviceable season for the Squealers over there. Maybe he will. But it just, that risk-reward, throwing the dice on his health wasn't something that the Cleveland Browns are willing to do, and I can't blame him. I mean, it was a big, hefty contract that we paid him. But another player, this is maybe the most disappointing part, DeShone Kizer, for a multitude of reasons. Kizer left the game because of a migraine, and then he came back. So, all right, a couple points here. Number one, I can't believe Hugh Jackson finds himself in this situation again, as so many Browns coaching staffs have, and so many of the fans have found ourselves in this situation over the years. Do we have another quarterback controversy in Cleveland? Hogan came in and made some good throws. Looked like a very different quarterback. Was watching the game out at one of these big sports bars where every game's on the TV and you don't get the sound. So I just kind of saw he's out of the game. I didn't get the reason why. It didn't have the closed caption at the bottom, but it was just saying the Kizer was out. And then because of the Unhappy Hour, by the way, if you're not in the Unhappy Hour Sports Show group, you need to do that. It's on Facebook. Do a search for The Unhappy Hour Sports Show. As long as you're an Indians, Cavs, Browns, or Buckeye fan, come on in. Talk about all the sports. But I asked the group what's going on, and I heard migraine. So instantly the thoughts were, no, Kaiser's faking it. He has no history of migraines, or no, the coach probably just pulled him and used migraines as an excuse. Okay. I want to tell you a little story about what happened to me. When I was a senior in high school, I had the extreme fortune of playing on a great high school football team. My junior year, the team was undefeated and ended up playing for the state championship. I played special teams, and I was a second-string defensive end. Then my senior year, I was the first-string defensive end on an undefeated team. Won our first-round playoff game, and then lost in the second round to the team that would then win the championship the next year. So we lost to a great team my senior year. So I had great coaching and great players around me. I had a pretty good year, very happy with my career. However, there's a moment that just kind of sticks with me, that's always stuck with me, that I can't really shake. It was a couple games into the season. We were playing a team that was widely regarded to be low on talent, comparatively, low on success historically. It was a team that everybody on the defense was looking forward to, because after the game, several of the players got sacks, interceptions, strips, fumbles, fumble recoveries. They padded their defensive stats on that game. Um, I was really looking forward to it, and then halfway through the school day, I got a headache, and the headache lasted, and I couldn't keep my eyes open, and I tried to close my eyes, and I couldn't close my eyes. It hurt to just exist. It was like kind of like sitting in an electric chair. I don't know. Obviously, I've never done that, thankfully. Hopefully, I won't. But it was just this. It was unlike any headache I'd ever had. I don't know anything specifically that set it off. I don't know why it happened. It wasn't a big stressful game. It was kind of a cupcake game. One of the easy wins on our schedule. So it wasn't like the big game or something and a whole bunch of pressure. It was just a game. It was a game day. And I had the only migraine of my life that day. So to anyone out there saying that the coach, pulled Kaiser because of play and then blamed it on a headache, all right, I'm gonna temporarily call BS on that. And I'll continue to see all the interviews and read up on everything that I can this week as we move forward. And to people saying that Kaiser was faking it or he has no history of migraines, they're not buying the story. Look, I'm as big a proponent out there with the fake news. We laugh at 12 Up all the time on this website, especially in the Facebook group. But I'm all about calling out fake news and being mistrustful, having a distrust, or at least having a healthy skepticism. Basically, until you can really verify something, like I'm not going to report that Coleman broke his hand. He probably did, but until the test results come in, I'm not going to report it that way. I don't want to jump out ahead of things and then have to retract later. So look, I understand if you smell a rat with Kaiser saying, oh, well, he doesn't have a history of migraines. Well, I didn't either. And I got one playing football. I had to miss the game. I had to call the coaching staff and let them know I just couldn't be there. It was horrible. I was really looking forward to that. I didn't have a history of migraines. So the fact that Kaiser doesn't have a history of migraines and he had one, I don't see anything suspicious about that, but it is a cause for concern, obviously. If the player had a history of migraines, we saw that. Who was that? LaDainian Tomlinson? Wasn't he one of the most famous ones that dealt with migraines? I think it was LaDainian Tomlinson. It would be a problem if it comes out that DeShone Kizer has been battling migraines since high school and then the Notre Dame days. That would be troubling because it's just like how I talked about Corey Coleman. If you're going to draft somebody that is injury prone, that's made of glass, that's fragile, well, maybe you shouldn't be spending a second-round draft pick on somebody that is fragile like that. So I got some questions. I got to dig around on DeShone Kizer's migraine history to see if this is something that has, in fact, happened in the past or if this is a brand new occurrence. I would say the good sign is that DeShone Kizer was able to come back and play the game. The bad part about that is that he played terrible. 3 interceptions. I mean, dude looked lost. He made a few really nice plays, but generally wasn't able to get it done. The receivers weren't helping at all. How many dropped passes did we see? That one to Duke Johnson. 2 points. One, that's how Duke needs to get the ball. We saw that with the Kansas City Chiefs. You get the running backs, you get them the ball in space and let them make a move. He has to catch that, but DeShone Kizer needs to put a little bit more touch on that. You got to have a little bit more awareness on that. Some of these interceptions, it was like colorblind Vinny Testaverde stuff. Like, why would you even throw that? Maybe that's the culmination of playing a tough team and a tough defense, and you got taken down. You lost to a better team. Maybe that's the case. I don't know. But then you put Hogan in. Hogan's the one that leads the team, down for a touchdown scoring drive. Do we really have a quarterback controversy here again? I was really excited after week 1 saying, all right, we found the guy at quarterback. We can focus our attention on the complementary pieces, getting Myles Garrett back, this, that, and the other, get Josh Gordon back. Yes, I said it, and I'm going to keep saying it. We're going to get Josh Gordon back, all right? Deal with it. But then Hogan comes in, leads that touchdown drive, and then he gets pulled out for Kaiser, who plays poorly. Are we going to go back to Hogan? Are we going to pull Kaiser again? Is he going to really be the quarterback? Not if he's throwing 3 interceptions. How much of the migraines, how much did that medical condition play into having such a poor performance? I don't know. There's a lot of questions I have, but I got to say I'm really disappointed in what I saw from the Cleveland Browns. Got a couple of winnable games coming up. So, are the Browns going to be 3-2 after the next 3? I don't know. Time will tell. Those are teams we're supposed to beat. Well, we're favored. So what? This team needs to be a lot more consistent for me to start getting excited. So, anyhow, like I said, I got to dig into a little bit more information on Corey Coleman's injury. I got to dig into some more information on the play calling, on the wide receiver effort or lack thereof. So many dropped passes. Just disappointing across the board. Nice to see Njoku get a touchdown, our young tight end. That's fantastic. But no running game either. I mean, you went out and revamped that offensive line and got a few blockers back there. You're not opening any running lanes. You're asking the rookie quarterback to do it all back there. A lot of problems for the franchise that weren't there last week. They're back now. So anyway, leave your thoughts, leave your opinions. What was your main cause of concern? What are the I got to say this. What are your top 3 most troublesome or most concerning things that you're taking away from this Cleveland Browns loss? What was it? Hang on a sec. Got to get to my... Oh, this is inconvenient. I need another setup here. Can't even reach my... Sorry, trying to get to my keyboard here. I've been traveling, just got back. So my whole operations and setup are kind of changing, if you notice the different background. Okay, so yeah, a source is saying Corey Coleman broke his hand. Yeah, we'll see if that happens. Browns dropped to 0-2. Yeah, it was 24-10. I mean, despite playing poorly, I mean that one interception was really killer. It could have been 24-17 in a shot. If you have a shot to win in the fourth quarter, I mean, what more can you hope for? But it's not the case. All right. So, yeah, the Browns are opening as a favorite, first time since 2015 against the Colts. But come on, that's a trap game. If people expect you to win, I'm not taking this for granted. I'm not taking any of this stuff for granted. We got to go out there and actually prove it. So, look, we got the Colts coming up. Early game on Sunday. Then the Bengals and Jets and Texans. So, I mean, there's some winnable games here coming up. Let's see how this team comes together. It continues falling apart, but got to say, there were penalties, there were incompletions, there were drop passes, there were weird play calls, there was a horrible challenge. I don't know why we threw that challenge flag. Look, someone said it. I forget who said it. Someone said it in the Unhappy Hour today. Like, you got to give a little bit of a closer look to Hugh Jackson and give him... maybe put a little bit more scrutiny on him and his staff at this point. I agree. I give my coaching staff, I give them some leeway. It takes time to implement some stuff. But, man, we took steps backward this week, and it was disappointing. So, anyhow, leave your thoughts. What are the 3 most disappointing things to you in order? Is it the receivers? Is it the line not opening plays? Is it Deshaun Kaiser and his migraine? Is it Corey Coleman and his broken hand? Is it the play calling? Is it what is it? And then maybe give me something positive. Leave me something positive, too. What's a positive you're going to take away from this Cleveland Browns game? Because I'm having a hard time coming up with many positives right now. So, anyhow, Instagram.com/TheUnhappyHour. Link up with us there. That's all sports or sports-related stuff as it crosses into politics. That's different from Instagram.com/TheNewAmericanMedia, which is politics, current events, sports, and all of the things. YouTube.com/TheNewAmericanMedia. Subscribe to us there. Leave some comments. let the ads play, and it's like tossing a couple pennies in our wishing well. Vid.me/TheNewAmericanMedia. Still trying to get monetized over there. Still learning about the website. Not sure if we're going to love it or hate it, but check us out over there. We're starting our platform over in that location. Twitter at American_media_, and TheNewAmericanMedia.com. So signing out. Go Browns. I think I'm going to come back and I'm going to call Roger Goodell's office again about Josh Gordon. We'll do another segment. I'm going to talk about Kyrie Irving. He's on ESPN today, making the rounds, doing interviews. I got a lot to say about that. And we'll split these up in post-production, so I'll see you in a minute.